Emperor Gaozong of Tang was the third ruler of the Tang Dynasty, known for expanding the empire's influence and consolidating power. His reign saw the rise of Empress Wu Zetian, who eventually became the de facto ruler. Despite suffering from chronic illness in his later years, he maintained stability and oversaw key military and administrative reforms. Emperor Gaozong of Tang was born into a powerful family. His father, Emperor Taizong, was an important figure in the Tang Dynasty. Yet, Gaozong faced many challenges during his early years. The Tang court was filled with intrigue and power struggles. This turbulent political landscape often overshadowed his childhood. Alliances shifted frequently, creating a tense environment. During his upbringing, his mother, Empress Wu, became increasingly influential. Known for her ambition, she played a key role in shaping his experiences. Her guidance offered valuable insights into governance, but it also placed heavy expectations on him. As a child, Gaozong learned that loyalty in the court could be short-lived. In his formative years, he earned a reputation for intelligence and adaptability. He absorbed lessons from his family and the chaotic world around him. However, he also faced personal challenges. The weight of his lineage was a constant burden. He knew that his future would be under close scrutiny. These early experiences helped shape his character and prepared him for future responsibilities. Despite these adversities, Gaozong's upbringing instilled resilience in him. He emerged from childhood equipped with the skills needed to navigate the complex dynamics of the Tang Dynasty. As the Tang Dynasty evolved, Gaozong's rise as crown prince marked a key moment in his life. In 647, his father, Emperor Taizong, recognized Gaozong's potential. He appointed him as the heir apparent. This decision came during a time of growth and challenges for the Tang Dynasty. Gaozong's new title elevated his status. It also introduced him to the complexities of court politics. He began to engage actively in state affairs. Under his father's watchful eye, he learned the intricacies of governance. Taizong's guidance was crucial. He taught Gaozong the values of leadership and the need for a balance between authority and benevolence. However, his position wasn't without risks. Rival factions within the court often fought for power. Gaozong had to navigate these treacherous waters carefully. Building alliances and relationships with influential officials became essential. Initially, he was overshadowed by his father's strong leadership. Yet, Gaozong's character began to shine through. He displayed resilience and strategic thinking. Ultimately, his designation as crown prince laid the groundwork for his future reign. It shaped him into a leader ready to face the empire's complexities. The experiences he gained during this time would be invaluable for the challenges ahead. In 649, Gaozong ascended to the throne after the death of his father, Emperor Taizong. He became the second emperor of the Tang Dynasty. His father had built a vast and prosperous empire. This change in power was a significant moment in Chinese history. Gaozong was the designated crown prince. He'd been prepared for leadership. However, ruling came with new challenges. Upon taking the throne, Gaozong faced high expectations from both the court and the people. Taizong's legacy loomed large over him. Gaozong needed to maintain the stability and prosperity that his father had established. His ascension also changed the power dynamics within the imperial court. Many officials who'd served Taizong sought to sway the new emperor. They aimed to secure their positions and advance their agendas. Gaozong quickly understood the importance of loyal advisors. He needed their support to navigate the complex political landscape. He worked to consolidate his power. At the same time, he demonstrated a commitment to the empire's well-being. Gaozong's ascension wasn't just a ceremonial event, it was a pivotal moment. He needed to assert his authority and lay out his vision for the future. As he began his reign, Gaozong focused on governance, military affairs, and diplomacy. He aimed to uphold the Tang Dynasty's reputation. His early decisions set the tone for his leadership. They revealed both his strengths and vulnerabilities. Emperor Gaozong faced many early challenges. Ruling the Tang dynasty was more difficult than he'd expected. His reign started amid political intrigue and power struggles. Gaozong inherited a complex mix of alliances and rivalries. These tensions threatened to shake his rule. One major concern was the powerful court officials. They'd their own ambitions and often worked against him. Among them was Empress Wu, a strong figure in the court. At first, she was loyal, but soon she became a rival. She sought more power and control. Gaozong had to carefully assert his authority while managing her ambitions. This struggle created an atmosphere of distrust. Loyalty shifted quickly, making governance even harder. Gaozong also faced military challenges. The Tang dynasty's borders were under constant threat from nomadic groups. He needed to take decisive action to protect his realm. However, his military commanders often disagreed with one another. This infighting complicated his efforts to maintain stability. Such conflicts drained resources and put immense pressure on his leadership. Through these early struggles, Emperor Gaozong began to learn about governance. These experiences shaped his future decisions. Emperor Gaozong aimed to strengthen his rule. However, Wu Zetian's ambition grew steadily. She became a powerful figure in the Tang court. Originally a concubine, Wu quickly caught Gaozong's eye with her intelligence and charm. She skillfully navigated court life, gaining favor with the emperor and key officials. As she gained influence, Wu displayed a sharp understanding of politics. She formed alliances with important figures, enhancing her power. Her insight into court dynamics allowed her to navigate rivalries and conflicts typical of the Tang dynasty. Gradually, she asserted her presence more boldly, shifting the balance of power. Wu Zetian's intelligence and ambition drew attention. As Gaozong's health faltered, she took on more responsibilities. No longer just a concubine, Wu became an advisor to the emperor. She shaped policies and influenced decisions vital to the empire. Her effective communication and strategic mind earned her respect, though some viewed her with suspicion. Whispers of her ambition spread through the court. Despite various challenges, Wu Zetian's determination marked a new era in Tang history. Her rise wasn't merely personal, it indicated a shift in the empire's power dynamics. As Wu Zetian's influence grew, tensions around Empress Wang intensified. This culminated in Empress Wang's removal in 645. The court buzzed with whispers of Wu's ambitions. Many began to see Empress Wang as an obstacle to Wu's rising power. Emperor Gaozong found himself in a difficult position, caught between two powerful women. He faced immense pressure as he navigated the political landscape. Wu Zetian, once a mere consort, displayed remarkable skills in manipulation and strategy. She formed alliances and gained support from key officials. At the same time, she subtly worked to undermine Empress Wang. The empress, once admired for her grace, became increasingly isolated. Court factions emerged, with many rallying behind Wu, viewing her as a more dynamic leader. In a pivotal moment, Emperor Gaozong publicly declared his support for Wu. This act sealed Empress Wang's fate and diminished her standing at court. Seizing the moment, Wu presented evidence of alleged wrongdoings by Wang. She framed the empress as unfit to hold her title. The political tide shifted dramatically, and Gaozong, under pressure, agreed to remove Wang from her position. After her removal, Empress Wang's life changed drastically. Stripped of her titles, she entered a period of exile. Meanwhile, Wu Zetian's rise to power continued unabated. This event marked a significant turning point in the Tang Dynasty. During the reign of Emperor Gaozong of Tang, relations with the Tibetan Empire became increasingly complicated. Initially, the Tang Dynasty saw Tibet as a potential ally. They recognized its strategic importance and sought to foster peaceful ties. In the 650s, Gaozong aimed to strengthen these relations through diplomatic marriages and trade agreements. He even sent envoys to the Tibetan court to solidify these bonds. However, tensions soon arose. The Tibetan Empire, led by Songtsen Gampo, sought to expand its influence in Central Asia. This expansion often brought them into conflict with the Tang Dynasty. Tibetan forces began to encroach on territories traditionally under Tang control. This led to military skirmishes, marking a significant shift in their relationship. Gaozong's court struggled to respond to the Tibetan threat. Some advisors called for military action, while others advocated for renewed diplomacy. Despite these debates, the Tang dynasty managed to maintain some cultural and economic exchange with Tibet. Buddhism played a crucial role, serving as a bridge between the two empires even amidst conflict. Ultimately, Emperor Gaozong's reign was marked by a delicate balance of power. The Tibetan Empire remained a formidable rival, challenging Tang authority while also sharing cultural and religious ties. This complexity highlighted the intricate dynamics of regional politics during Gaozong's rule as he navigated the challenges posed by this significant neighbor. Amid rising pressures from the Tibetan Empire, Emperor Gaozong of Tang faced serious internal turmoil. Various factions within the empire sought to exploit the political instability. This led to a series of revolts that threatened his authority. The uprisings were fueled by discontent among local officials and military leaders. They felt sidelined by the central government's policies. Gaozong recognized the need for swift action to maintain control. He gathered intelligence on the rebel factions, he identified their leaders, and understood their grievances. This information was crucial. By knowing their concerns, he aimed to neutralize dissent before it spread further. He employed a mix of military strength and careful diplomacy. Loyal troops were dispatched to swiftly quash the rebellions. This show of force was necessary to restore order. In addition, Gaozong sought to weaken the rebels' support. He addressed some of their legitimate concerns. By implementing reforms, he improved local governance and resource distribution. This strategy aimed to win back the loyalty of disaffected officials and the common people. His approach not only quelled immediate unrest but also reinforced his legitimacy as a ruler. The emperor's efforts proved effective. Most revolts were suppressed quickly. His decisive actions showcased his leadership during tumultuous times. This solidified the authority of the Tang dynasty. Gaozong's ability to manage internal discord while confronting external threats ultimately strengthened his reign. With stability restored, he could focus on the broader challenges facing his empire. Emperor Gaozong was the official ruler of the Tang dynasty. However, his governance was heavily influenced by his wife, Wu Zetian. From the beginning of their marriage, she was a strong force in the court. Wu was intelligent and politically savvy. She navigated the complexities of Tang politics with skill. Often she acted as an advisor and confidant to Gaozong. Her insights helped him make important decisions. This stability was crucial for the empire. Wu Zetian didn't just offer advice, she took an active role in governing. As she gained Gaozong's trust, she began to take on responsibilities usually held by the emperor. Her ability to connect with different factions in the court allowed her to build power and form alliances. This was essential for handling the challenges of governance. Moreover, Wu understood the needs of the common people. She often pushed for policies that addressed their concerns. This earned her great popularity among the populace. Her public support strengthened her position. Gaozong relied on her insights to maintain his legitimacy. As Wu's role grew, so did her ambition. Her increasing influence in governance set the stage for her eventual rise to power. This shift highlighted how her presence impacted the dynamics of the Tang Dynasty. Wu Zetian's influence on governance set the stage for important reforms during Gaozong's reign. He built on her foundations. His focus was on restructuring the imperial administration. This aimed to make the government more efficient and effective. One major change was the revision of the bureaucratic system. The system had become unwieldy. In previous reigns, Gaozong streamlined the central government. He reduced the number of officials and clarified their duties. Gaozong also improved how officials were selected. He placed great importance on merit. He expanded the civil service examination system. This reform allowed talented individuals from different backgrounds to serve in the government. It promoted capable leadership and discouraged nepotism. By prioritizing ability over connections, Gaozong sought a more effective governing body. Additionally, he turned his attention to local governance. He decentralized authority, giving local officials more power. This change allowed local leaders to make decisions that directly impacted their regions. It fostered a sense of responsibility among them and improved responses to local issues. The populace ultimately benefited from this shift. Gaozong recognized the need for fiscal reforms as well. He implemented measures to improve tax collection and reduce corruption. These steps ensured that resources were allocated more effectively. By addressing economic challenges, Gaozong aimed to stabilize the empire and gain public support. As Gaozong sought to strengthen his rule, he turned to Buddhism. He saw its potential to unify the empire and legitimize his authority. His reign brought a significant change in how the state interacted with religion. Buddhism rose to prominence as a key spiritual and cultural force. Gaozong actively promoted Buddhist practices. He believed that a strong Buddhist presence would inspire loyalty among his subjects. He initiated the construction of many temples and monasteries. These buildings transformed the architectural landscape of the Tang Dynasty. They served not only as places of worship, but also as centers for learning and community. By supporting Buddhist monks and scholars, Gaozong built a network of influential figures. These individuals helped spread his vision of a harmonious society. He also focused on translating Buddhist texts into Chinese. This made the teachings more accessible to the people. His aim was to deepen their understanding of Buddhism, strengthening its role in daily life and governance. Gaozong aligned his rule with Buddhist principles. He portrayed himself as a benevolent ruler, guided by compassion and wisdom. This strategy reinforced his authority and won the support of the growing Buddhist community. Through these initiatives, Gaozong intertwined Buddhism with the essence of his reign. His efforts left a lasting impact on the spiritual landscape of the Tang Dynasty. Emperor Gaozong's reign was marked by Buddhist patronage and cultural growth. However, in the later years, his health began to decline. The demands of ruling a vast empire weighed heavily on him. By the mid-70s, he suffered from various ailments that hindered his ability to govern. Reports from the court revealed that he experienced chronic illnesses, leading to frequent fatigue and weakness. Gaozong's declining health had significant effects on both his personal life and the stability of the Tang Dynasty. As he struggled to manage state affairs, he became increasingly dependent on his courtiers. Many officials noted his reduced presence in court, and whispers of uncertainty spread among the nobility. The once commanding emperor appeared frail and often required assistance with daily tasks. As his physical condition worsened, Gaozong's mental sharpness also seemed to fade. He occasionally showed signs of confusion and indecisiveness, alarming those around him. The imperial court, sensing a power vacuum, began to adjust to the emperor's growing absence. Though he sought various remedies, from traditional medicine to spiritual practices, his health remained precarious. In these tumultuous times, the vibrant leader faced the harsh reality of mortality. This decline marked a pivotal moment for the Tang Dynasty, foreshadowing significant changes in its imperial hierarchy. As Emperor Gaozong's health declined, the Tang court began to change. Wu Zetian, originally the emperor's consort, saw her chance to gain power. With Gaozong's condition worsening, she stepped into a larger role. She became an important advisor, skillfully navigating the court's politics. Her intelligence won her the loyalty of key officials, strengthening her position. Wu took on more responsibilities. She managed state affairs while Gaozong struggled. Her effectiveness in governance became clear. This raised concerns among some, yet few dared to challenge her. Her close connection to the emperor shielded her from opposition. The court soon recognized that she wasn't just a passive figure, she was a force to be reckoned with. Wu Zetian also built alliances with powerful families. She ensured her influence extended beyond court politics. Through strategic marriages and connections, she created a network of supporters. This network would protect her interests. Her ability to navigate the dangers of Tang politics revealed her sharp mind. As her influence grew, so did her ambition. Wu Zetian's rise to power set the stage for her future dominance. She transformed from a consort into a key player in the Tang Dynasty. The court's dynamics shifted dramatically. Many wondered how far she'd go to secure her position. Wu Zetian began her reign with the support of loyal ministers. However, as her ambition grew, she started to dismiss those who posed a threat to her power. She realized that to maintain control, she needed to eliminate potential rivals within her own administration. This marked a major shift in her rule. Her first targets were the ministers who'd helped her rise to power. Wu saw them as obstacles instead of allies. One such minister, Zhang Jiazhen, faced her fury when he voiced concerns about her policies. She quickly sidelined him, showing her intolerance for dissent. As she dismissed loyalists, she filled their positions with individuals who were unquestionably loyal, those who'd not challenge her authority. This purge of loyal ministers created an atmosphere of fear in the court. Many advisors chose to remain silent, fearing that speaking out could lead to their own downfall. The power dynamics shifted dramatically. Wu surrounded herself with sycophants who offered her unwavering support instead of honest advice. While this tactic helped consolidate her power, it weakened the quality of governance. Wu Zetian's actions were part of a larger strategy to control the narrative and secure her reign. By isolating and removing those who could threaten her, she not only solidified her position, but also changed the political landscape of the Tang Dynasty. As Wu Zetian rose to power, she saw the importance of foreign policy and the tribute system. These tools were vital for strengthening the Tang Dynasty's influence. Under her rule, the Tang expanded diplomatic relations. This created a network of alliances that raised its status across Asia. Wu understood that a strong foreign policy could deter threats. It also enhanced trade. She aimed to improve relations. With neighboring states, the tribute system became a key strategy. It helped the Tang maintain a hierarchical order among its neighbors. This system asserted the empire's dominance. States like Korea, Japan, and various Southeast Asian kingdoms sent tribute missions. They offered gifts and tokens of respect. In return, they received recognition and protection from the Tang. This exchange secured the Tang's influence and facilitated cultural and economic exchanges. It enriched the empire through the flow of goods and ideas. Furthermore, Wu Zetian used marriage alliances to strengthen ties with foreign powers. These alliances often guaranteed peace and fostered goodwill. This allowed the Tang to expand its influence without direct military conflict. The Tang dynasty's foreign policy and tribute system were vital for its power in Asia. Under Emperor Gaozong, the dynasty expanded its influence by creating a network of tributary states. This system helped form political alliances and boost trade. As a result, the Tang projected its authority far beyond its borders. Gaozong favored diplomacy over conquest. He used strategic marriages and alliances to strengthen ties with neighboring states like Korea, Japan, and various Central Asian tribes. These relationships were advantageous for both sides. Tributary states received protection and economic support. In return, the Tang gained resources and tribute, which enhanced its wealth and stability. The tribute system also reinforced the idea of the emperor as the son of heaven. This was a key concept in Chinese political thought. By demanding tribute, Gaozong asserted China's superiority in the region. He also encouraged cultural exchange, leading to the spread of Chinese art, literature, and technology throughout Asia. This further solidified the Tang's influence. Additionally, military campaigns in the West opened up trade routes, including the Silk Road. This trade route became crucial for commerce. Gaozong recognized that economic success was linked to political power. His foreign policy created an environment where trade thrived. Emperor Gaozong once held great power. However, his personal rule began to fade. Internal strife grew and court factions gained influence. Rival groups worked to weaken his authority. This led to a fractured political landscape. Key advisors and officials, driven by ambition, often clashed. The emperor found himself caught in their conflicts. His focus on governance diminished. Gaozong's health also contributed to his decline. He suffered from various ailments, which made him vulnerable. As his condition worsened, he relied more on trusted officials. Among them was the powerful Empress Wu Zetian. She began to influence state matters significantly. This shift eroded Gaozong's personal rule. Decisions were increasingly made without his direct input. Factionalism rose during this time. Loyalty became questionable as groups vied for power. They often disregarded the emperor's wishes. This led to policies that conflicted with his vision for the empire. Gaozong's indecisiveness allowed these factions to thrive. His authority continued to wane. In this chaotic environment, the emperor's presence diminished. His ability to govern effectively weakened. As internal conflicts escalated, the stability of the Tang dynasty began to falter. Emperor Gaozong faced a growing crisis in his reign. The instability around him demanded urgent action on succession planning and heir selection. Political factions were vying for power. Concerns about the legitimacy of his heirs were widespread. It became clear that establishing a stable line of succession was crucial. Gaozong's first choice was his eldest son, Li Hong. He was the natural heir. However, doubts arose due to the young prince's health issues and perceived lack of capability. Advisors and nobles began to question this choice. As uncertainty mounted, Gaozong looked for alternatives. He considered his other sons, especially Li Xian. Li Xian displayed more promise and charisma. This shift in preference created tension at court. Factions formed around each prince, leading to rivalries. Empress Wu Zetian played a pivotal role in this situation. Known for her political acumen, she supported Li Xian. She believed her son could be a better ruler and secure her family's influence. Gaozong's indecision led to prolonged discord. Rivalries intensified among the princes and their supporters. Meanwhile, the emperor's health declined, complicating the succession issue. He struggled to maintain control over the growing chaos. Ultimately, Gaozong realized he needed to make a clear choice. This decision was vital for the stability of the empire. The stakes were high. As Emperor Gaozong's health declined, the Tang Dynasty faced growing instability. His reign encountered many challenges. Factions within the court began to compete fiercely for power. The emperor's weakening condition prevented him from managing state affairs effectively. As a result, authority shifted significantly. Much of the day-to-day governance fell to his powerful wife, Empress Wu Zetian. She began to exert her influence more openly during this time. In these final years, corruption and infighting among officials rose sharply. With Gaozong's health worsening, various court officials sought to consolidate their power. This often led to purges and betrayals. Such power struggles created an atmosphere of distrust. This environment hampered the emperor's ability to maintain control. Despite the chaos, Gaozong attempted to promote stability through reforms. However, these efforts were often undermined by ongoing internal strife. The Tang dynasty also faced external threats. Nomadic tribes from the north posed significant challenges. This added to the court's sense of urgency. Gaozong's health issues and the growing unrest prompted him to reflect on his legacy. He aimed to secure the succession of his chosen heir, Li Jie. Yet, internal factions complicated these plans. After Emperor Gaozong passed away, the court acted quickly to honor him. Officials discussed posthumous titles that would reflect his reign. They chose the title Xuanzong, meaning profound ancestor. This title recognized his crucial role in strengthening the Tang dynasty's power and culture. It highlighted his authority and his lasting influence on future generations. The burial preparations for Emperor Gaozong were thorough. His body was laid to rest in the Qianling Mausoleum. This grand site would house many Tang emperors. The mausoleum's location in the scenic mountains of Shaanxi province symbolized the emperor's connection to the eternal landscape of China. The burial ceremony featured elaborate rituals showing the state's deep respect for its leader. Along with the emperor, many offerings were buried. These included precious artifacts, food, and even servants. This practice reflected the belief in a prosperous afterlife. The presence of these items emphasized the rich traditions of the Tang dynasty and the importance of honoring the deceased. Additionally, the court mandated annual memorial services. These services ensured that Emperor Gaozong's spirit would receive the respect it deserved. They provided a way for the living to express loyalty and gratitude. This ritual reinforced the bond between the emperor and his subjects. Thus, Gaozong's legacy continued to resonate within the empire long after his passing. Emperor Gaozong's death marked a significant turning point for the Tang dynasty. It ended an era and opened the door for major changes in the imperial court. Wu Zetian, a strong and ambitious figure, began to assert her influence more openly. Initially, she served as regent for her son, Emperor Zhongzong. However, her ambitions reached far beyond that role. Wu skillfully navigated the instability within the court. She eliminated rivals, including key officials who threatened her power. Her deep understanding of court politics helped her gain support among important factions. Traditionalists who resisted her rise were effectively sidelined. As Wu consolidated her power, her reputation grew. Many began to see her as a capable leader. Yet, her rule wasn't without controversy. Critics questioned her legitimacy, claiming a woman shouldn't hold sovereign power. Wu challenged these views. She proved her governance skills and maintained order in the realm. By 690, Wu Zetian declared herself emperor. She became the only woman in Chinese history to hold such a title. Her reign marked a pivotal moment in the Tang Dynasty. It also set a precedent for female leadership in a male-dominated society. Wu Zetian's rise to power had a profound impact on the Tang Dynasty. As the first and only female emperor in Chinese history, she challenged traditional gender roles. Her leadership promoted a more inclusive view of authority. Wu Zetian emphasized meritocracy. She valued talent and ability over noble birth. This change empowered many people and improved how the government operated. During her reign, Wu Zetian made important reforms. She reorganized the bureaucracy, creating a more centralized administration. She also established the civil service examination system. This ensured that officials were chosen based on merit, not aristocratic ties. As a result, a more capable governing class emerged, benefiting the dynasty. Culturally, her reign led to a flourishing of the arts. Wu Zetian supported literature and religious practices. This patronage expanded the cultural landscape of the Tang Dynasty and left a lasting mark on Chinese civilization. However, her rule wasn't without challenges. Wu faced opposition from powerful aristocratic families who felt threatened. This created political intrigue and conflict, sometimes destabilizing the court. Wu Zetian's reforms transformed the Tang Dynasty and changed Chinese history forever. She was the first and only female emperor in China. Her rise to power challenged traditional gender roles. It opened doors for women in politics. This inspired future generations to rethink their roles in governance. Under her leadership, the civil service examination system expanded. This promoted meritocracy instead of aristocratic privilege. A more diverse group of officials entered the bureaucracy. This ultimately strengthened the state. Her land distribution and agricultural policies improved the economy. This fostered social stability and benefited the common people. Wu Zetian also emphasized Buddhism as a state religion. This encouraged religious tolerance and cultural exchange. Buddhism became more integrated into Chinese society alongside Confucian and Taoist traditions. Her influence extended beyond her reign. Subsequent dynasties often looked to her policies for guidance. Moreover, her reign was marked by political intrigue and complex court dynamics. This laid the groundwork for future discussions about power struggles in imperial China. Wu Zetian's legacy reminds us that strong leadership can come from unexpected places. Her impact resonates in conversations about gender, governance, and social reform throughout history. During Emperor Gaozong's reign, artistic expression thrived. The Tang Dynasty became a symbol of cultural innovation. Gaozong's patronage greatly influenced poetry, painting, and ceramics. His court attracted famous poets like Li Bai and Du Fu. Their works captured the creative spirit of the era. The emperor loved poetry and often hosted gatherings. Poets shared their verses, creating a lively literary community. In painting, the Tang Dynasty saw the emergence of landscape and figure painting. Artists like Wu Daozi led this movement. Their works showcased the beauty of nature and deep human emotions. Gaozong's support helped these artists develop unique styles and techniques. This set the foundation for future generations of Chinese art. Ceramics flourished under Gaozong's rule. Tang porcelain became renowned for its stunning designs and vibrant glazes. The famous three-color glaze potteries highlighted the innovative spirit of the time. They reflected the artistic excellence of the era. Calligraphy also advanced during this period. Various styles emerged as scholars refined their craft. Gaozong's endorsement of these artistic endeavors showed his appreciation for cultural heritage. He aimed to elevate the status of artists in society. Through his support for the arts, Emperor Gaozong ensured that the Tang Dynasty would be remembered as a pinnacle of creativity. His influence shaped Chinese culture and aesthetics for generations to come. Emperor Gaozong of Tang played a crucial role in the Tang Dynasty. He faced political turmoil and military challenges during his reign. His reliance on Empress Wu Zetian marked a major shift in power. This partnership set the stage for her eventual rise to power. Gaozong worked hard on governance. He promoted culture and the arts. These efforts left a lasting impact on Chinese history. His legacy is significant, especially regarding the rise of female leadership. The changes during his reign resonate in discussions about imperial rule. They highlight the influence of strong leaders, both male and female, in shaping the course of history.